And a very good morning here from Paultons Park. You're watching Adventure Planet, where today it is day one of the 2025 season. Quite an early start actually for Paultons, which is absolutely fantastic to see. Thought I'd just start off this vlog by saying though, I hope you all had an absolutely fantastic new year and a great Christmas. A little bit belated, I know, seeing as we're kind of well into February now, but it's the first video on the channel for 2025, so I thought I'd just get that in there. Of course today, like I say, yeah, day one, we're going to head into the park today, check out any of those changes that may or may not have happened in just the 7 weeks since I was last here, obviously, for their Christmas event. We'll get on some of my favourite rides today and see if any progress has been made on both Ghostly Manor and the Vikings area as well. Have a little nose around, see if we can spot any changes. Absolutely great to be back here. Cannot wait to get back inside the park. Of course, if you are going to come down and visit Paultons for the start of their season, worth noting that it is only open on selected dates over the next few weeks. So do check their website and bear that in mind before you plan any trips down. Also worth noting that prices have increased a little bit this year as well. £45 now if you're over a metre tall. However, under a metre, admission is still free, and it's still free to park your car here, which is a fantastic little addition. Let's head on in then. Park hours today, 10 a.m. through till 4:30. Let's go take a look. And here we are then, back in the theme park itself for the first time in 2025, and I gotta say, it is fantastic to be back. You got the floating globe just over to the right, but look at this, no Christmas decorations, all removed. I tell you what, it was an absolutely fantastic event last year though. They had a brand new Christmas tree just here, all the Christmas animatronics were out. It really was fantastic. They've done a great job. And if you've not seen that vlog yet, do check it out. You'll find it on the Paultons Park playlist right here on the channel. I tell you what, it is quite a cold day today. And that's the thing, it is worth noting that it is still winter. So although Paultons Park is open now, there are a couple of rides that are still closed, like Splash Lagoon and The Edge, still getting their winter maintenance. It's also worth noting as well that some of the rides here, certainly on this early part of the season, do have staggered openings. So you've got things like Magma and Cobra, the Cyclonator, don't actually open until 12 o'clock. But it is a full ride offering after that time. The beautiful gardens. Oh, it really is great to be back. Oh, and the gardens here at Paultons Park really are beautiful, aren't they? Lots of different styles and different themes. You've got the Discovery Trail just behind us here, and it really is a beautiful place, especially in the summer if you just want to bring, you know, pack lunch or something, sit on the grass here and just take it all in. And of course, this is originally how Paultons started out. All the way back in 1983, it was known as Paultons Country Park and Bird Gardens. And yeah, they had the aviaries like they do still today, and there was a couple of play parks around here, and the whole thing was staffed by just a couple of people really. And then obviously you see how today it's just developed into this fully fledged theme park. Really is fascinating, to be honest. But yeah, I do love the gardens here. They are beautiful. And a little bit of history for you is right here is where originally the Paultons estate used to stand, and there's a big old information board just to the right of me here telling you all about it. And I thought I'd just show you this because this kind of building here, and there's some actual pictures of it here, all the way back in kind of the 40s and the 50s and 60s. This is kind of the inspiration for Ghostly Manor, really. They've taken kind of the facade of that ride and themed it on the actual manor here, which I thought was actually quite a nice touch. But yeah, it tells you all about the manor here and how back in 1963 it all burnt down in suspicious circumstances on bonfire night. But yeah, that all used to stand right around here. Yeah, it's a fascinating bit of history to this park. But yeah, it really is. Beautiful gardens. You've got all the animals here. You've got the new lemur enclosure just behind us here. And like I say, in the summer, it's beautiful. Not so much on days like today, where it's it's pretty cold and miserable, to be honest. But yeah, summer, it really does kind of come into its own and really does look beautiful. And talking of Ghostly Manor, let's go down and check out those updates. I'm sure there's some more to see. It's been, like I say, 7 weeks since I was last here. Looking forward to seeing this. Let's go take a look. And here we are then, back at the facade of Ghostly Manor, and I tell you what, there has definitely been some changes over the past several weeks, which we'll take a look at in just a moment. Now, unfortunately, the scaffolding is still up on the facade here. It is going to be coming down on Monday, but I can just kind of show you just through the facade where you can kind of appreciate, like I said earlier, that kind of inspiration from the original Paultons estate. I love the gargoyles on the top there as well. He looks absolutely fantastic. You can just see him through there. Now, this takes place in the original 4D theatre building, which in itself was actually quite small, so they've had to kind of extend the theming off to the left here, and they've gone for this kind of foresty, bush, grass kind of look. You can just kind of see it through there, which I think will look great once this scaffolding comes down. Now, of course, this will be Paultons' first and only interactive dark ride, and it's manufactured, collaborative effort really, between Mac Rides, who supplied the ride system, and then you've got Themix, Legotronics and Leisure Expert Group, which kind of supplied all the software that runs the ride. And of course that story is based on the exploits of Dr. Kinley and his ghostly mansion, and he's seen this spirit named OG, and he's been fascinated with the paranormal ever since, and so he's basically created this phantom phaser to capture him essentially, and those phasers will be what will be fitted to the ride vehicles themselves. And the ride vehicles are 8-seaters, 4 people back to back. You have a screen in the front to track your score, and of course those phantom phasers, which include all the hardware that you would expect, like haptic feedback, LED lighting, all that kind of thing. And it is actually quite unique for the UK actually. I gotta say, yeah, it's looking great. Really, really cool. Absolutely love it. There's expected to be a few screens in there, but also a fair share of physical props as well, which is great. So obviously don't want anything too screen heavy. I believe it's going to be kind of 50-50. And speaking of props, let's go and take a look at the front here, because it's looking great. If I just kind of show you over this tree line here, you can kind of see that all the fencing has gone in for all the queue line. You've got some trees. You've got this well over the back here, which will actually move. The bucket will be going up and down. You've got all the fencing kind of wrapping around here. You've got a great little structure at the back here with the columns. I think that looks really, really nice. You've got some smaller props just down here as well. Some little bushes. And also just down here as well. It's kind of hard to see over this hedge. And you've got kind of this bronze/copper tree that's gone into place here. This looks quite nice, with all the little bushes kind of around in a circle here. But then look at all this, all the walls, the grand entranceway, the gates. Oh, it looks absolutely awesome. Let's go take a look at the front. And you can still see and hear the workers on the scaffolding putting in those final theming touches to the brickwork using those paint guns, ready for opening. But from the facade of the ride and the queue line down to the front of the attraction, and this is where you can really begin to appreciate all the work that's happened over the past several months. All the construction fences are down, still got some railings in place here to keep people away for now. But yeah, it's really, really opened up here now, and you can really see how this entrance is going to look, and it looks absolutely incredible. All the theming on the walls here, that weathered look with the exposed brick and the cracks. Looks absolutely awesome, and all the block paving that's been done around here as well looks great. And in terms of this path here, it's really had to kind of be widened, because not only now do you have the main entrance to this dark ride here, but this is one of the main paths in the park really in terms of guest flow, because of course you've got Tornado Springs and obviously the main stage and Peppa Pig World down this way, and then of course down this way here you've got Lost Kingdom and that kind of western area of the park. So this is one of the main paths in the park really, so they've had to really kind of widen it to allow for that guest flow. And then also put this beautiful block paving in here, which I think looks absolutely fantastic. And here we are, new spooky family adventure, Ghostly Manor, opens 17th of May 2025. This mission is not for the faint-hearted. It looks absolutely brilliant, doesn't it? Love the entrance archway here with the gates. The signage has actually been taken down for now. That will actually be across here. Just some minor adjustments being done on that before that's put back up in time for opening. And then you've got the fountain here. This looks absolutely fantastic. All made in-house. And that's the thing, it's the same story with Paultons, isn't it? When it comes to kind of prop design and theming, everything is done to such a high standard. It really is incredible. You only need to look at the nearby Tornado Springs just through here to see how well Paultons does theming and prop design. And this is going to be much the same. Obviously, there's still some work to be done here with obviously the pathway and a lot of kind of theming that will go into place here. And there's still some theming to go on top of the walls here. You can see kind of the exposed wire where some lighting effects will be going in. But this looks great. Yeah, the main kind of lights for the manor going on top there. And when those are in place and you've got all the sound effects playing and the main soundtrack itself, it's going to be a great entrance. Really cannot wait to see this in just a few months' time. I love that structure there with obviously all the columns. I think that looks fantastic as well. And yeah, like I say, the scaffolding will be coming down on Monday. Unfortunately, the park isn't open this coming Monday, but that'll be when we really begin to appreciate how this main part of the show building will look. Ah, it looks absolutely great. And back at the front of the ride again now then, and just off to the right, you can see all this theming that's gone into place here as well. Now, we did take a look at this back in the Christmas vlog as well, but I just thought I'd show you it again here because it looks absolutely incredible. You've got the windows in place here now. No scaffolding on this section. And in terms of story, this is kind of the staff quarters where obviously everybody that works in the manor, like the cleaners, the maids, it's where they come to kind of recuperate and have their breaks, which actually isn't too far from the truth because I believe that these are just kind of staff rooms for the Paultons Park staff members. So yeah, it kind of works really, doesn't it? But yeah, this looks absolutely incredible. Again, you've got some wiring coming down here, probably going to be some lighting up there. You've got the lighting in place here as well. It looks absolutely incredible. And it really does just breathe life into what was a really kind of tired looking area. It really revitalizes this area of the park, which was really needed in my opinion. But you can just see through there the windows that are in place. Absolutely fantastic. Now, in terms of restrictions for this ride, it's not going to be anything really scary. It's likely going to be somewhere on the same lines as something like Haunted House Monster Party at Legoland Windsor, which is actually a 0.9 meter height requirement. I suspect it's going to be somewhere in that region. You know, it's not going to be kind of really thrilling or really scary. It's a family dark ride, you know, which all the family, including young ones, are going to really enjoy. Absolutely cannot wait for the 17th of May. But there we are. That is the latest look at Ghostly Manor here at Paultons Park. Let's go take a look at Vikings. Oh, and how amazing does Ghostly Manor look here at Paultons Park? What they've done to the front of that attraction, widening the path, all that block paving that's gone in. I'll tell you what, they're not cutting any corners with that, and I'm really happy for them. I think it, like I say, really does kind of revitalize that area of the park, because that area around the 4D theatre, it really was looking very tired over the past couple of years, and it was always one of my main concerns. Or, you know, all the vlogs I've closed down in the past, I've always sort of mentioned that area, that it does need to be spruced up. And what they've done there is absolutely incredible. The block paving, the big kind of entrance way with the gates and that signage, once that's gone back into place, it's going to look fantastic. All of those props, once the sound effects and the soundtracks in place and the fountains switched on and all that pathway out the front is finished off, it's going to look absolutely spectacular. And I cannot wait to come back in a few more months to check it out. Going to head on over to the Vikings area now then. Like I say, in the short time that it's been since I last visited the park, not expecting much in the way of changes to have happened in this area, but we'll go take a look anyway on this pretty dreary, cold and miserable UK morning. Yeah, it's really not very nice. And I made my way over to the western area of the park then. As you can see, Sky Swinger and Flight of the Pterosaur in action. Nobody's on Sky Swinger though, probably because of the weather. It really has been coming down this morning. Annoyingly, it wasn't actually forecast to be that bad today, but yeah, the rain has been coming down, which is a bit of a shame. Has taken a lot of the enjoyment out of most people's day, I think. But I thought I'd just come over here to that western area of the park, and I did show you this back in the Christmas vlog, but it was actually dark by the time I got to this area at the end of last year, so I thought I'd show you it in the daytime. This is actually where the Raging River log flume used to stand. As you can see, they've all got this fencing in place now. It's been completely closed off here, but you can see just over this fence where the ride used to stand. You can kind of appreciate how big the space is here. It is a large space. As you can see, there's just kind of a pool area there with no ride at all. And I've been speaking to a couple of staff members this morning as well about what might potentially be replacing the ride, but they literally have no clue whether or not they're just kind of keeping that under their hats. They've been told not to say anything, but no, I think the staff members genuinely have no idea what the plans are for here. But yeah, this is where the Revachon log flume used to be. raging river, and it had been here since 1999 as well, so it had enjoyed a long time at the park. So it'd be interesting to see what actually gets replaced or replaces that ride here, because obviously this area I don't think is going to be kind of incorporated into the Vikings area in any way. I mean, that's more towards the back here. Of course, you've got Seal Falls and the Digger ride, still both up and in operation for today. They're kind of in their own little area, as was obviously the Raging River. Now, of course, we had Splash Lagoon that opened last year. And I did say that obviously this was kind of, you know, it was just an off-the-shelf log flume. It had been here for a long time. It was starting to look a little bit tired. So I think it's good news that they have removed it. Obviously now we've got that much more permanent and much better themed experience with Splash Lagoon. But it will be interesting to see what actually goes into this spot in the future. But yeah, of course, we've got Cobra in action now. Like I say, staggered opening for that ride. That actually opened at 12 o'clock this afternoon. And then, of course, we've got all the construction fences still in place for Vikings. And here we go, the area opening at some point in 2026, next year, featuring at least one new major attraction, expected to be a roller coaster with an inversion, or inversions possibly. Of course, we was at the VIP event last year where they had this Paultons Park logo, and it was teased where it was kind of turning upside down, giving that indication that we were going to see something with an inversion. Could that be on a roller coaster? Could it be on a flat ride? We don't really know. Obviously, it's all speculation at the moment. Nothing has been coming out from the park, from Paultons, about this Viking area. I'm hoping that some more news will come out at this year's VIP event to be held in May. We'll have to wait and see. But of course, in this area, you've got Cobra, you've got Magma, and of course, you've got Edge, the Zamperla Disco. Will those rides be staying? Will any of those be getting removed? Will they just get rethemed? Perhaps relocated? Who knows? And there goes Flight of the Pterosaur, Vekoma family suspended coaster, on her first drop. Hey! Fantastic ride, that. And of course, right in front of us here, we have Velociraptor, another Vekoma model. This time a boomerang. And both of these coasters were actually part of a two-coaster deal for this park. Love the soundtrack around here. Sounds great. And then two more removals that we've had at Paultons, one of which was just behind here. That was the Dragon Roundabout that enjoyed life here since 2001. You can just kind of see where it used to be at the back here, all completely removed. And wow, you can really kind of see not too much more has been done in terms of groundwork for Vikings, but you can see all the bushes and all the hedges have gone. Such a massively opened up area now, it's incredible. And then the third attraction to be removed is the go-karts. They enjoyed life here all the way back since 1998. Now, it was an upcharge, but it was a fun little track this, and what was actually quite cute is a few weeks ago, Paultons actually took the go-karts out for one final ride out on the kind of roads outside where the car park is. It's kind of driving them around there just to give them a little bit of a farewell, you know. But yeah, there we are. This is where they used to be, and all this track will be getting taken up here. All the markers are in place. Like down here, you can see them all going in. We've got this blue line coming down here as well. So yeah, eventually all this track will be dug up and removed. And you can really see how it extends all the way back down here. This is definitely where the new coaster will go. Of course, if we are indeed getting one. I mean, that's not actually confirmed yet. But yeah, that will definitely go in this space. It's a huge space here. What are your thoughts on what we're expecting to maybe see in terms of a coaster here? I got to be honest, I would love to see them work with Vekoma again and get an STC in here. I think that would be absolutely fantastic. There's a lot of space for a lot of, you know, theming in here. It could be a really, really well done ride. Something along the lines of, you know, Nafina Force at Emerald Park in Ireland, something like that. I think that'd be great. Of course, they have worked with Vekoma in the past, like I say, with that two-coaster deal on both Velociraptor and Flight of the Pterosaur. It's a huge amount of space here. And yeah, all these markers, that kind of blue line comes up to about here and then extends onto the pathway here as well. But yeah, that does leave things like Magma and Cobra, and of course the Edge, which is still getting its winter maintenance over the back there. What will happen to those rides? I certainly can't see Cobra going anywhere, or at least I hope Cobra doesn't go anywhere. It's a great opportunity to get that ride themed up, because that's the only thing that Cobra lacks, is some good theming. And to be honest, the same goes for the Edge as well. I mean, that's not exactly well themed, is it? Personally, I would actually like to see the Edge replaced with something. It does ride quite rough these days. It's one of the roughest Zamperla coasters I've ever ridden, disco coasters I've ridden. So yeah, I would maybe like to see that removed and replaced with something else. Cobra, my favourite coaster in the park. Ghostly bobsled, absolutely fantastic. Taking that final helix. But yeah, this space on the back here, it really is huge. It definitely could fit a roller coaster in here. And I think that's definitely what we're going to see. Get a Vekoma STC in here, or a baby RMC if, you know, if wishes would definitely come true. That would be fantastic. Anyway, I think it's time for my first ride of the day, actually. Let's hop on Cobra while we're here. It's going to be a wet one, but it'll be enjoyable nonetheless. Let's go. And whilst riding coasters in the rain isn't ideal, it does put a lot of people off riding them full stop, which means wait times are minimal. Wait time for Cobra? Well, absolutely nothing. There's no one here. Plenty of rides on this coming up. Don't mind if I do. Let's go. On-ride POV coming up. Hey, here we go, in the rain, on Cobra. Oh yes, all the landscaping work for Vikings coming along nicely. All the little diggers in place. No work happening today, it is a weekend, but you can really appreciate, oh! Oh, there's nothing like riding a coaster in the rain. Yeah, oh, that's it, into those corners. Absolutely love this ride. It's fantastic. Can you imagine with a load of Vikings theming around here? Oh, it'd be great. Hey, nice helix. Hey, wow. Yeah. Into those bunny hills. Hey. Nice bits of airtime through the shed. Yeah. And into that final helix. Oh, my face. Oh, it's a cold one. Oh, I do love a bit of Cobra. Still my favorite coaster in the park. And still no queue. Wonder if he'll let me go around again. And I've just had 3 back-to-back rides then on Cobra, the Ghostly family bobsled here at Paultons Park. It opened back in 2006, and I still say it's my favourite coaster here in this park. It does eclipse Storm Chaser for me. I think it's great. It's got a really fun first drop, some nice tight turns, some great helixes. The bunny hills are fantastic fun, going into that shed with the head chopper, and then the final helix to finish. I think it's great. It's been here since 2006, heights of 54 feet, speeds of only 31 miles an hour, but I think it's absolutely brilliant. The only thing, again, I'll reiterate that it does lack is that theming, but let's hope that it stays exactly where it is during the Vikings makeover and they add loads of different pieces of theming around this ride, because I feel that that would really make it absolutely fantastic. Just a shame about the weather. And from Cobra to Magma then, the little SBF Visa drop tower should get some good views of the current landscaping work going on for the Vikings area from this. And this again is a walk on. So let's go. And here we go, up on Magma then, 82 feet tall. And there we go, yeah, look at that, oh, the go-kart track there. I don't know if you can see, just over to the left there, all of the space, potentially, hey, for that new coaster. Some great views at the top of Magma. And there you can see where Dragon Roundabout used to be just there. Of course, they had a few seating areas there as well. Some sheltered seating, that's also all gone. There's the edge. And some great views of Cobra as well. But yeah, this entire area here will all be home to Vikings in 2026. Hey! Ah! It is quite a busy day here at Paultons, which is strange. I don't know where everybody is. The car park is pretty packed. I think they're all taking shelter in the many restaurants around here. Probably in Route 83, which I'll be heading to soon. Get my tornado fries. But it's going to be a fantastic area, this, once it's all done. And of course, Paultons can also expand into this area down here as well. This whole western area, they could expand right back into that if they wanted to. It's a huge space back here. I really cannot wait to see what they do with it. 2026 is going to be a fantastic year for this park. I cannot wait to be a part of it. There we are, that's Magma. Be nice to see a nice retheme on this ride as well. And an on-ride POV there then from Magma, the 2012 SBF Visa drop tower. And I tell you what, the weather is just getting worse today. It really isn't ideal weather for an opening day, which is a real shame actually. It's pretty miserable, rainy, and it's very cold as well, which is quite surprising. But my friend here, the Cobra Topri, he's always happy though, isn't he? Look at him, he doesn't care no matter what the weather is. I hope he doesn't go anywhere during the Vikings retheme. I think he's great. Speaking of which, you've just seen some shots from above, from Magma of the area, but I thought I'd just show you some ground level shots here, just over this gate here. And there we are, you can really kind of appreciate now just where all the trees and the hedges and shrubbery was, has now all just completely been removed, opening up this huge space. And of course, that begs the question, what is actually going to go here? I mean, if the coaster, if that is what we're getting, is going to be going where the go-karts are, that leaves a huge area here to fill with potentially a new restaurant, maybe some new flat rides, and a shed load of theming, I hope. So yeah, this year and into next year is going to be really exciting as those kind of finer details, if you like, are revealed by the park, and we can get to really kind of build a picture of what this area is going to look like. It's going to be fantastic. Really cannot wait. And from Cobra then, I've made my way back down into the Lost Kingdom. And there she goes, Flight of the Pterosaur. This area opened back in 2016 is all themed around the Jurassic period. Got a nice little flat ride here, Boulder Dash. It's like a little Crazy Daisy type attraction. But I'm going to make my way first and foremost to Flight of the Pterosaur. Vekoma Family Suspended Coaster. And it is currently a 0-minute wait. Can't turn that down. Yay. Two other coasters in this area, Velociraptor and Dino Chase. Dino Chase, more that kind of junior coaster really. And there we are, no queue whatsoever. Like I say, it's not ideal, the rain, but it is great for walk-on rides. Let's go. And here we go, Flight of the Pterosaur. Going up that booster wheel lift hill, 65 feet in the air.
Ready?
Another great view of the Vikings area, here we go. First drop, front row, let's go. Way! It's a good first drop, that. Oh, Oh, some great views of Lost Kingdom. Through the tunnel and into that nice terrain hugging helix to finish. Here we go. And flying into the station and into the brake run. Fantastic. And some on-ride footage there then of Flight of the Pterosaur, and it would be rude not to get a ride on Velociraptor as well, again with a 0-minute wait time. Absolutely love this. Walk-on rides all day throughout the park. Highest queue time at the moment is 20 minutes, and that's for Cyclonator. I imagine that's probably overestimated. I imagine you'll be on that within 10. And here we go, walk on. Vekoma Boomerang opened here in 2016. Let's go. So unfortunately, as much as I thought I was going to get a ride on Velociraptor, it has gone down and the rides are stuck underneath their restraints. So they have called an engineer out to release them, and then of course a test run will be carried out, and I'm sure the ride will reopen again very shortly. But it was taking a little bit of time, so I thought, you know what, I'll come away and I'll explore the rest of the parks. It's not like I've not rode a Vekoma Boomerang before. Plenty of on-ride POVs of Velociraptor on the channel. If you do want to see those, check out the other Paultons vlogs in the Paultons Park playlist. Of course, you've also got Dino Chase here, little Zero Tivoli family model. And I've always really liked the theming around this area. I think it's great. Little Stegosaurus in the back there. It's a great ride. 3-lap special, this one. Love the Zero car on it as well. I'll give this one a miss as well today. It's pretty much a walk-on. But yeah, it's definitely one for the kids, and I have rode that plenty of times in the past. You've also got the little Explorers here just off to the left. Little play park for the kids. And you got this great animatronic here as well. I do like this guy. Good photo op. Here he is. Is he going to give us some movement? There he goes. Yeah, see, he's not happy because of the rain as well, see? All right, we'll start making our way out of Lost Kingdom now then and make our way over to Tornado Springs and Critter Creek. Great ride on Flight of the Pterosaur. And there she goes, going up that lift hill. And here in Lost Kingdom, you've also got the Dinosaur Torco, which is a nice little track ride, some good theming in that as well. And you know what, I don't know what it is about Lost Kingdom, but they have definitely freshened this area up. It's one of those where I can't quite put my finger on it. But I remember a couple of years ago thinking that, yeah, this area needs a little bit of a refurb. It was looking a little bit tired in spots. But certainly since the addition of Splash Lagoon, it certainly looks a lot better in this area now. All the animatronics working around here, and the rides are looking great. There we are, there is Dinosaur Torco. Quite an immersive attraction, that. Do like it. And then, of course, Paulton's newest addition is Splash Lagoon, which unfortunately is still undergoing its winter maintenance. But it's a great little flume ride, this. There we are. Sorry, ride is closed for maintenance. It'll be back open real soon, I suspect. Love the signage, and it's a great little ride. And you can actually get quite wet on that. Some great theming around as well, though, with Steggy in the middle there. And then the big Diplodocus over the back. At least I think that's what he is. He wasn't working towards the end of the season last year, so hopefully they get him working again as he lifts his head up just as you get to the top of that lift hill. Looking forward to getting back on that again in the summer, actually. It's a great ride. You can just see all the boats kind of stacked up in the station through there as we make our way out of the Lost Kingdom back into the beautiful gardens here at Paultons. Gonna make my way down to Critter Creek now then. See if we can get a quick ride in on Caterpillar, the Zero Tivoli. And then we'll head into Tornado Springs. It's about time for lunch. It's actually a little bit late. It's approaching 3 o'clock now. There's actually only 90 minutes left of Park Time. I'm speaking to a lot of fans of the channel today, a lot of staff here at Paultons Park. Of course, that's a good thing about opening days at parks. Is all the enthusiasts come here, and usually you get to chat to a lot of the staff members here. Lawrence Mancy was out earlier outside Ghostly Manor. Yeah, absolutely fantastic. Love the gardens though, really nice place to walk. And here we are now then at Critter Creek, an area which opened back in 2015, so celebrating its 10th anniversary this year. And it's always a bit of a weird area this, isn't it, with all these weird kind of animals around and these brightly coloured mushrooms. I do like it though. I like this guy. I always say hello to him when I come to Paultons. Of course, you've got Beastie Burrow here as well. The entrance just through there if you want to see kind of all of your insects and your amphibians, all that kind of thing. And there we are, walk on the Caterpillar coaster as well. Nice Zero Tivoli, and you've also got Professor Blast's Expedition Express here as well, which is a little track ride, a little train ride for the kids. Nice colour scheme on this. That kind of purple and yellow, I do like it. And here is Caterpillar Coaster. It's got a great soundtrack to this ride. And by soundtrack, I mean the sound of the ride itself. Absolutely love it. Of course, Caterpillar was a re-theme, used to be named the Stinger. Before this was Critter Creek. And you've got all kind of the funky bits of theming in the center as well. All right, another walk on. Let's hop on. On-ride POV coming up. And here we go then. After waiting 15 minutes. Yeah, it wasn't quite a walk on. Hey, here we go. Down that first drop. Hey. Hey. Oh, there's all the little critters around. Look at them all. It's a great ride, this. 2-lap special. Hey. Yeah, unfortunately, the reason for the slightly longer wait is the last 6 cars on the train are actually out of action. Not quite sure why. I'm assuming probably because it's a quiet day for them on the whole today. But the queue was building up, so it'd be nice to see those cars back open. Only the first 7 actually up in action at the moment. Here we go, lap number 2. Oh, I do like that drop. Fantastic. There we are, Caterpillar Coaster. Been here since the year 2000. And some on-ride POV there then of Caterpillar over in Critter Creek. And yeah, like I say, I do find that area quite funky, you know, with all the multicolored critters around and the mushrooms and toadstools. It is a strange one, but I do like it. Making my way over now to Tornado Springs then, and past the absolutely glorious Birdazon carousel here. It looks absolutely stunning, doesn't it? All lit up, 2 tiers. Absolutely glorious ride. Opened in 2014. And all the theming around it is fantastic as well. Look at this. He's got his kitchen stool and his beach ball. I think it's great. Love the soundtrack around here as well. As we head on over into Tornado Springs then, welcome back to an area that opened in 2021. All themed around that 1950s Midwest American town. And it's an absolutely glorious area. Oh, it's great to hear that soundtrack again. Al's Auto Academy off there to the right. And still, in my opinion, the best themed area of any theme park in the UK. Will the Vikings area surpass it though? That's the question. Is Al's shop and service just through there? But it is 3:15 now, Actually, it's later than that. It's 3:30. Wow. It's time for lunch. And what better place to have it at the Route 83 restaurant, my favorite restaurant for theme park food. If you have not tried the tornado fries in here, you have to treat yourself. Oh, and here we go then, in one of the best restaurants in a theme park, in my opinion. It is Route 83 here in Tornado Springs. Now, I was actually going to go for the buttermilk burger today, but I thought, no, you know what? I'm going to stick with what I know best. Grab those chicken tenders with those tornado fries, a nice dollop of garlic mayonnaise here. I have changed up the drink a little bit, though. I've gone for a banana shake instead today. I usually just get a Pepsi Max. Gone for the shake today because I thought, you know what? Why not? It's a Saturday. Going to treat myself. Total came to $14.45, so not too bad at all. It's absolutely delicious. Oh, absolutely divine. And there goes Storm Chaser, Magma Rides, spinning coaster from 2021. Nice and intense ride that as well, just on that section behind this building here at Downward Helix. Depending on the spin that you get, can be really, really intense. I tell you what though, just coming out of Route 83, and that lunch was absolutely glorious. I've got to say though, that shake was really thick. I'm feeling really quite heavy, to be honest, at the moment. So I don't think going on Storm Chaser or Cyclonator actually is going to be the best idea at the moment. There is only 30 minutes left now of park opening as well. It's gone so fast today. Well, you've got the big play area just off to the left here. Smaller one just to the right. And then Cyclonator, the biggest thrill ride here at the park. The Zamperla Gyro Swing. And it is a walk-on. And right behind that, we've got the little Zero Force coaster. And that I think I will be able to handle with a belly full of banana milkshake. It is, of course, Farmyard Flyer. Let's go take a look. Oh, Cyclonator is great though, isn't it? It's a fantastic ride. Just wish those restraints were a little bit more comfortable for those that are taller among us. And here we are, surprise, surprise, a walk-on ride on Farmyard Flyer as well. Why not? Let's give this one a go, a little 2-lap special. I think the weather has played a part today in kind of really filtering out the park. It really wasn't forecast to be this bad today, but unfortunately the rain really hasn't let up, which is a shame.
You must remain seated throughout the flight.
But still, I wasn't going to miss opening day here at Paultons Park. And of course, I didn't want to make this an overly long vlog, purely because I was here just several weeks ago. So I just wanted to come and really make the main focus be those construction updates on Ghostly Manor and of course the Vikings area. But I will put in some on-ride POV of Farmyard Flyer. Here we go, no one here at all. And here we go then, Farmyard Flyer, and I've got the entire train to myself. Still going on the back row though, here we go. Yay! Ah, I love it. Oh, it's so smooth. Great little ride this. I just wish it was more of a station fly-through instead of coming to an almost complete stop here. Love the station building though. Looks great. All the theming around. Not very often you get the entire train to yourself on Farmyard Flyer. I think this is a first. Hey, love the soundtrack as well. Some great bits of theming around. Got the plane just off to the left here. There he is. Hey. And here we go, back into the station. Yeah, not too bad on my stomach, that. And here she comes, the Farmyard Flyer. Love the zero car on that with the propeller. It looks great. Yeah, I really enjoyed my solo ride there. Entire train to myself. That was fantastic. And right behind that, of course, you got trekking tractors and the train here as well. There we are. There's the Rio Grande. Yeah, like you say, it's just filtered the park out so much, the weather here. As you can see, all these carriages just completely empty. Hey! And there's trekking tractors just at the back there. Nice little track ride for the kids. Of course, you've also got windmill towers here as well. Just see those through the trees there. And there's Cyclonator again. Oh, I tell you, I still feel that banana shake sitting on my stomach, so I don't think it's the best idea to, to tackle that one just yet. It was a really nice banana shake though, but yeah, it was quite filling. And up goes Storm Chaser. Absolutely fantastic coaster that. So we cross on over, we've got Tornado Treats just off to the left. Walk on Windmill. Great little bounce towers, those. And of course, you've also got Buffalo Falls here as well. There's some people braving that today, which is surprising actually. Although to be fair, you don't get too wet on that one. It's actually quite a fun ride and you get some pretty good views at the top as well. Just kind of stretching out. And if you stand up and kind of look over the fence, you can get some good views of Storm Chaser there as well. And there's trekking tractors just down this way off to the right. Oh, it is great to be back here. And like I say, it's only been 7 weeks since I was last here, so I'm trying not to do, you know, with the risk of repeating myself on this video. You know, like I say, I put all the POVs in last time I was here, when we visited for Christmas, of course. Peppa Pig World, just off to the left. I'll have a quick look around here as well. The world's first Peppa Pig theme park. Peppa Pig's toy shop just off to the right. And of course, no more Christmas decorations around here anymore. They have an absolutely beautiful Christmas tree in this area during their Christmas event. Mr. Potato's Playground, there we are. And in terms of shows here at Paultons, it's very early in the season, obviously. They do still have the meet and greet with Peppa and George here. And they've got the Alive dinosaur encounter over at the Lost Kingdom as well. But there's no actual stage shows here at the park yet. Love that Peppa Pig soundtrack. Yeah, I got the Miss Helicopters. Miss Helicopter? No, Miss Rabbit's helicopter flight. Not Miss Helicopter. It's the cold's getting in my brain here. Got Peppa Pig's big balloon ride. Yeah, I can barely talk. I am actually very, very cold. I was sat shivering in Route 83. And of course, Windy Castle over the back there as well. Yeah, Peppa Pig is definitely the area of the park that gets the most busy first thing. So unless you have kids screaming at you to come to Peppa Pig first, it's always a good idea to avoid this area, really. Head to Lost Kingdom, maybe Critter Creek or something. Get your rides in there first, and then head over here a little bit later on, because it really does filter out, as you can see here. Very, very quiet. But again, that's probably half to do with the weather as well here. Daddy Pig's car ride there is a walk-on. And usually one of the busiest rides here is George's Dinosaur Adventure. Just 5 minutes for that one. And there you go, his train ride there. No one there at all. Very, very quiet. You've got the Queen's Kitchen over the back, and then the flying coach ride as well. And you know what, I don't usually do George's Dinosaur Adventure, but you know what? Let's get on. It's been a while since I've done this. And here we go then on George's Dinosaur Adventure. Hey, hey. Yeah, it's been a while since I've been on George. Here he is. Hey. It's a nice little pony track ride, this. Nice bits of theming around. And yeah, you know, there might be some people kind of thinking in the queue line, hang on a second, there's a guy over there. He looks like he's in his 40s, he's on his own, and he's riding George. But you know what, who cares, right? This is all part of the fun, all part of coming down on opening day. And yeah, it's usually days like this where, you know, it's kind of a little bit quieter that I will actually do this ride. If it's too busy, you don't want to take anything away from the kids. So yeah, but it's great when you can actually get on it, isn't it? Here we are, there's all the bits of theming around, all the bees. All the fruit around. There he is. Worth noting as well that there is actually an area called the Wildlands just through here where you can see meerkats and some other animals as well. Don't usually cover that very often in the vlog, but it is there. Hey! Here we are around by the volcano. All the lava rocks around. And a great view of Peppa Pig's theme park there. There we are. There's the volcano. Smoking away. Oh, what a great way to end the day here. Opening day at Paultons Park. I will get that last ride in on Storm Chaser though right after this as we head back over into Tornado Springs. And there we are. It's the end of the ride. Hello. And I've made my way back out of Peppa Pig's World then. Heading back into Tornado Springs. Hey, one single rider on Buffalo Falls there, but enjoying it, which is the main thing. Yeah, luckily the rain has actually stopped now, so this could be a good ride on Storm Chaser. Walk on 0 minutes, that's what I like to see. Love the theming for this ride, love the station building, I think it looks great. And that I'm a Score soundtrack as well, playing throughout. No one here at all. Let's see if I can keep my milkshake down. Oh, absolutely awesome. Here we go. Oh, really sets a great vibe and atmosphere, this queue line here. All the flickering lanterns, looks great. Hey, oh, I've really missed hearing that soundtrack. And it's a great ride this, opened back in 2021. Like I say, manufactured by Mack Rides, it is one of their spinning coasters, and it is pretty intense on that downward helix. When I rode this back during the Christmas event, I had a really good spin on it. And yeah, if you do get a good spin, yeah, it's definitely one of the most intense rides here. I got all the hay bales around, all the wagon wheels. Ah, it's great. That's what I say about Paultons Park and, you know, the detail in the theming and everything. It really is on another level at this park. They absolutely smashed it with Tornado Springs. So I'm expecting good things from Vikings next year. Here we go, straight up into the station. Let's go for a back row ride on Storm Chaser.
Storm Chaser.
Hey.
Your safety at the park is our top priority.
And here we go then for the final ride of the day here on Storm Chaser in Tornado Springs. Back row ride. Place your bets, viewers. Are we going to see the return of the banana milkshake at the end of this ride? Oh, I've missed that view. It's only been 7 weeks, but I've missed it. Oh. Hey! Oh. Are we going to get a good spin? Here we go. Oh. Hey! Oh. Oh, it's not bad. Oh. Oh. Wow. Oh. It always surprises me how intense that section is. And into the brake run. Oh. It's a great ride, that. And like I say, the intensity is pretty surprising on that section. And there we are, back into the station. And an on-ride POV there then of Storm Chaser, and I think it's an absolutely phenomenal ride. I think it looks the part here in Tornado Springs with its yellow color scheme, and there's some nice bits of theming surrounding the ride as well. In terms of intensity though, it wasn't as intense as my ride on obviously the Christmas event, but as with any spinning coaster, it really depends on what way you're facing and how much of a spin you get on the ride itself. This ride in particular though, that downward helix, no matter what kind of spin you get, that part of the ride is still the most intense. For the Christmas event, I had an absolutely awesome spin going into all those different elements, which provided an absolutely incredibly intense experience. And it can be like that on this ride. Hey, even without a serious spin, if you're facing the right way as you go into some of those elements. The downward helix though, definitely my favorite part of the ride. Absolutely fantastic. Anyway, it's coming towards the end of the day now. As a matter of fact, the park closed just 4 minutes ago. So I'm gonna make my way back down towards the entrance and then we'll be wrapping up today's vlog. And with that final ride on Storm Chaser then, that is going to bring this vlog here at Paultons Park to a close. And it's been absolutely fantastic to get back here. Even though it has only been several weeks since I last visited, it felt like an age, you know? It's always good to get back to this park, get on some of my favorite rides, hear all those soundtracks again. And yeah, like I say, the main purpose of today's vlog was to bring you those construction updates from Ghostly Manor and the Vikings area. So a little bit of a less detailed vlog than I would have done, because I just didn't want to kind of repeat myself from just a few weeks ago. But it was great to get back on Cobra, Farmyard Flyer, we rode Caterpillar Coaster, and of course Storm Chaser. Missed out on Cyclonator today, purely because I just had my lunch a little bit too late and made the mistake of having that pretty heavy banana milkshake. Didn't trust myself getting on Cyclonator after that. Yeah, that wouldn't have been good, I don't think. But in terms of those construction updates, Ghostly Manor, it's looking fantastic. Absolutely love what they've done with the queue line and the entrance to the ride, the facade. It's all looking absolutely amazing. I cannot wait to be back here May 17th, getting my first rides in on that and bringing you my full thoughts right here in a future vlog. It's going to be great. And Vikings, again, not so much that's actually happened in that area. I wasn't really expecting there to be much change. But again, next year, very, very exciting time for this park. It'll be interesting to see what goes in place of the Raging River log flume, because that is quite a big space there. It'd be nice to see their plans on what they're actually thinking of doing with that area. Operations today, can't really tell, to be honest. It's been a pretty quiet day today at the park because of the weather. We've not had the best luck for it. It has taken the edge off opening a little bit. Yeah, this rain just hasn't really let up all day. It wasn't forecasted, but yeah, it's just been raining all day today, which has not been the best. And it's been very cold as well, which was also unexpected. But still, I came down, I made the most of it. It was great to be here at opening day, and I cannot wait to be back in just a few more months' time to check out the finished product of Ghostly Manor. I think this one is going to be a good one and an absolutely superb addition to this park. I cannot wait. Until the next video though, right here on Adventure Planet, I want to thank you so much for watching, and as always, happy riding, and I'll see you in the next video.